Remington Podcast, where we take a deep dive into all things ammunition. I'm your host, Audrey Mays, and today I'm sitting down with the Director of Centerfire Products, Chris Carson.
Hello.
And Shot Shell Product Manager, Ronnie Evans.
Howdy.
We are here because when this podcast will be released, it is Arkansas Turkey Opener.
Turkey opener.
It is a big deal down here in Arkansas, and we're just going to explore the lore. What is you guys' plans this year? You guys hunting in Arkansas?
Yes.
Hunting being the main word.
Yes.
Not killing.
Hunting in Arkansas.
Hunting in Arkansas.
Of all the states to hunt turkeys, Arkansas is probably the hardest for me.
I agree. I grew up in Texas. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I came over
tough.
here, and they don't exist.
The only time I turkey hunted in Missouri, I killed one. Could have killed two. So what does that tell you? I hunted here one day and didn't kill nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But our season starts Saturday for youth hunt.
For Utes, yeah.
Utes.
Yep. The 12th.
Under the 15 and under 15.
15 and under. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you're taking your boys, right?
Well, I got one that still qualifies. So, yeah, we'll try.
Yeah. The oldest one's older than that. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's exciting. Where in Arkansas are you hunting, Chris?
So, central part of the state.
Okay.
Saline County. We had birds gobbling at the house a month ago, but they're not gobbling anymore. So sit and wait and try to find something.
Yeah. Ronnie, where are you trying to go?
I got a couple places. I'm going to hunt close to home. We got a few birds around there, right in the middle part of the state. Then in kind of south central, joined a new deer lease.
Okay, down where I hunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I hear they got quite a few birds there, so I'm going to go give that a run.
Yeah.
So that's mainly the two places.
That's
here.
exciting. Yeah, I hunt in South Arkansas. We have an opportunity to hunt in North Arkansas, which I've never done before, like up in the Clinton area.
I got you.
Yeah,
a lot of hills. Yep.
Yeah. So I kind of want to do that. I'm kind of pushing for that. But South for sure. I'll be there on opener. So that's exciting. But we have had some like crazy weather.
Yeah. We've went from burn bans to
Fires to floods.
I mean,
Fires to
that's
floods.
That's a typical week in Arkansas, right?
Well, at least
Close
in
to it.
April. Yeah.
Snow.
And
Next week.
they had tornadoes in there too.
Yeah.
And
Lots of tornadoes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was several of them too. So that's not cool.
How do you guys think that's going to affect the season, Chris?
Affect the season?
Well, the turkey
turkeys, If anything, I'm no biologist, but, birds were gobbling a month ago. If anything is laid and got wet, turkey may lose what she had on the ground. So they have to start over, I suppose. I don't know how many times they'll re-nest, but
it might affect the next couple seasons because if they're
could
losing
be,
their nests,
right?
I mean, but they're, lowland. I mean, here at the plant, we're underwater, and we have turkeys out here now again. A couple gobblers that are still making racket, but if there's a foot of water on the ground, it's hard for anything that was laying on it to survive. So parts of the state, north parts of the state, water runs off in the hills, but southern parts of the state or central where we got 17 inches of rain in places. I mean, I would think it could hurt right now, but if a turkey re-nests, I think we'd be fine. But
for the coming seasons,
I qualify this as I've never taken a turkey biology class.
Chris says, this is my opinion as a non-scientist. What do you think's going to happen, Ronnie?
Well, I'm kind of like Chris. I'm hoping maybe that if there were any nest damage that they'll, do it again, right? So, and if that does that might open up opportunities for us later in the season to hear turkeys gobbling again. When the hens go to calling and wanting to breed again, it's kind of like having another opportunity. Hopefully that'll happen, right? If that's the case. And but first and foremost, you want those hens to have babies. That's how we grow the population, right? So I'm hoping that the floods don't hinder that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that for sure.
Yeah. And I feel like because they roost, right? Like you said earlier, they fly.
They fly. They do
Turkeys
fly.
have wings.
It's the babies we're
They
concerned
don't sleep
with,
on
right?
the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
So the floods came, they probably hold up in trees. And then hopefully because they're feeling like, oh, it's good. The weather's good. We're not going to be in danger again. Hopefully they'll come down.
Hopefully start again, right?
Yeah, and
so
try to
if there's
re-nest.
any damage, right?
Well, the turkeys here need web feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they still got to swim, right?
I mean, it's
It's still pretty flooded.
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
is.
water here.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't know what it looks like north or per se, but there are a lot of birds in the north part of the state where I don't think the water will come into play as far as standing and hurting eggs. But again, I'm not a turkey biologist, so
yeah,
I can play one on a podcast.
Would you look at that?
There you go.
The
That's
professional.
right.
What are you guys using? I mean, like gun wise, ammo wise, what's your gear like for this season? Because I know it changes sometimes.
So I've adopted, my kids had 20 gauges growing up, still shoot them, but that's what I've gone to, just shooting the TSS. I like the shorter, I'm shooting an 1187 that's shorter barrel, and it's got the compact stock, just makes it easy to navigate around, move with, easy shooting, number 7s or number 9s. But I match it up with a True Lock choke, and that's who we worked with when we came out with the TSS on the Remington side, and patterns are fantastic. But anybody wants to shoot 12 gauge, perfect, that's fine. But you've seen kind of a stair step down into, hey, what can I use? And not that a 20 gauge is tremendously smaller than a 12 gauge. You got guys shooting with 410s and 28s, but I just like the 20 gauge because it's easy to move around with, doesn't weigh a lot, and fun to shoot.
Yeah, Ronnie, what are you hauling this year?
Yeah, so this year I'm using my 1187 20 gauge as well. It was my 20-year gun, and I'm setting it up. It's not a compact like what yours is, but it's just standard 1187. And did the same thing I got with the True Lock guys, and got a tube from them, and going to shoot number 9s, TSS. So that's the deal. So a smaller gun, and with going the TSS. And the smaller shot, you got a lot of shot even with a 20 gauge, right?
Yeah.
So I've killed one with a 12, so I'm ready to try the 20 gauge thing, right? So eventually I may play with a 410 down the road, but it'll be a 20 gauge, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, the 410 and TSS seems to be doing really well.
Yeah, and that's those guys are using single shots, a lot of them, which one shot opportunity kind of deal. You're not reloading quick, so. But putting not the red dot or the see-through sights on those things. I mean, it's gotten to be a little niche thing where people like to use the small guns and single shots, and they're great for kids. I mean, there's no recoil.
Yeah.
And you're throwing a wad of bees out there at them, and great patterns. You got range, and it does the job.
Yeah.
So
I've always said that number 9 or 7 shot don't know what's coming out of a 410.
No.
Right? They don't know what's coming out of a 12 or 410. Obviously, pellet count's higher,
right?
With the larger gauge, but they don't know.
If you're on,
so
you're
it's
on.
effective. That's right.
You'll run out of pattern before you run out of energy with the TSS.
Yep.
So you can kill a turkey at 70 yards if you want to. If you can choke yourself down enough to do it you'll have enough energy. Like I said, you'll run out of pattern before the shot runs out of its lethality. But I don't personally like to shoot them at long distances. Just because of the interaction with the bird and what's going on.
Way more
that's
fun.
what's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you got something at 20 yards that's right in front of you doing a dance and whatever.
Yeah, like Ronnie watched it come in. Like I think
From
that's
350
neat.
yards,
Yeah.
300 yards, so I watched it walk up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
It's like Chris said, we really don't condone shooting a turkey that far, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in
The equipment will do it.
Yes, if the
will do
situation is you've got a gobbler hung up and that's as close as he's getting, he's 55, 60 yards out there.
Yeah, I've shot him that far, but
I'd rather shoot him at 25 or 30.
Okay, yeah, I did it.
Sure.
yeah.
But I think the situation was it was raining and that bird was not coming any closer.
You could tell he was done.
Yeah.
This was in the middle of Nebraska, and that's where he wanted to be, and
That's as far as he was willing to come.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, when you're in situations where you're in other states, you're trying to get a single season Grand Slam, like things like that, where you don't have time.
A lot of the conditions here too is you're hunting woods and forest. Generally, they're going to be a little closer than what you see in the edge of a field or something. So, when you get in the field situation, you could have a longer shot because it's more open, right? To where generally you're hunting in timber or woods. They're going to be a lot closer.
Arkansas, it's different. That's why I made the comment at the beginning. Arkansas is tougher, A, because our season's pushed back, but B, you're hunting timber. And timber is not that it's harder in timber. It's just your visibility is different than in Kansas or Nebraska or Dakotas or something where you can see turkeys for a mile and have a game plan of I'm going to snake my way through these tree patches and go catch up with something and try to, head something off and kind of a game plan. Arkansas, and same with calling, but in the timber, the acoustics are so much different. You can hear a bird gobbling and be within 100 yards of it, and it sounds like it's right on top of you, and you make a plan. But you get out west or big country, a bird can be gobbling at you, and it's so open. You can see his head fire off, but you're like, wait a minute, especially if the wind's blowing
right towards you.
You're not going to hear them. And the same with calling. You think your little pot call is going to can't hear out there.
Yeah,
but in the timber, you can hear it.
Yeah. Also, my very limited experience hunting turkeys in Arkansas. As soon as they feel threatened in those woods, that's it. You break a stick, that's it. You can hear them gobble, and you're like, oh, like they're down off this ridge. Okay, this is what happened to me. They're down off this ridge, and then I moved and I broke a branch off of the tree that I was leaning against. That was it for the whole day.
Well, everything wants to kill a turkey.
Yeah.
I mean, the turkey is
awesome prey.
Everything is enemy. So he's got, the best eyes and the best senses, like a ninja. He's just like a cat, and he can move around and jump and hold still. And their only job is survival. So, they're on high alert, and we think we're sneaking around and being quiet. And, they're dead calm and looking straight at you, and all of a sudden you look up and it's 60 yards. You're like, oh, shoot.
You're like, there goes my hunt.
Yeah. And they're, especially this time of year, where we hunt, they may not be as vocal once they get on the ground because they don't have to be. They're already henned up, and, maybe the hen pecks around a little bit and he fires off once or twice, but they're not going to be gobbling their heads off all day like they would a month ago, and
when they're trying to find people.
Yeah. And so they've already got their game plan.
Yeah. And it makes, I'm already thinking, if I hear one gobble a couple of times that morning, that's all he does. That don't mean the hunt's over.
And you don't overcall.
You just got to post it. Cause if he's hurt, if he answers you, he knows where you're at.
Now, he may not want to come to you, but he knows where you are.
He knows where you're at, but you may post up and wait a while. Right. So it might be the patience game. Right. So that could be tough too for some folks.
Bring a sandwich, a Mountain Dew.
And a Mountain Dew.
And get real comfortable and just wait and watch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what you can do, right? So that's my plan. If I hear one gobble the first day, once or twice, I'm going to try to get close to where I think he is, and I'm just going to sit and give him another call and wait.
You're going to take a nap.
I might, depending how the urge hits me, right?
Man, base of a tree, lights hitting you just right.
That's a little warm.
That's not central.
Yeah, he's napping.
Yeah.
He's napping.
Yeah. Do you guys, are you like aggressive callers? Do you like hen cluck at them, or are you gobbling at them?
I don't ever gobble.
Never gobble.
No. Okay.
But it depends. It's time of year and location. Now, like this Saturday, listen, what are we hearing? I'm not super aggressive on, hey, I've got to blow owl calls and crow calls and whatever. Just stop the gravel crunching and pause for the sun, start rising. And usually the crows or something are going to make some racket.
Yep.
Gonna shock
and then, okay, is it, how many are we hearing? What's closest? What are we going to do? But I think when I first started turkey hunting, that was one of the mistakes, was over calling and being aggressive. And then especially once they're on, because a turkey will stay in the tree for quite a bit of time in the mornings.
Day? Yeah.
Well, not the whole day. No.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Okay, the sun's up at 7. You think, oh, well, turkey's going to be on the ground. Well, no, then not necessarily. They'll sleep late. Not that they're sleeping, but they're watching. And that's another thing. They're like a sniper up there. They can see you before you see them. And a big timber is different than cottonwoods in Kansas, where you're really in trouble if you got to try to get across the field. But I've seen turkeys fly down 7:30, 7:45, which your brain's like, oh, sun's up, turkeys are on the ground. Well, but I've also seen them on the ground when you can barely see. So
they're mysterious creatures.
They have their ways, right?
They're not a smart animal. They're just super survivors.
Yeah.
Wily
they're just, their brain's the size of a pea, but they're, like I said, everything wants to kill them. So they're
High alert.
They understand they're the prey, not the predator, right?
Yeah. Are you like pot calling? Do you have a reed? What's your deal?
I've got a pot call and a box call. I've tried to use a mouth call and not been successful with that. I can blow a duck call, but I don't know why a turkey call gives me fits.
So
just not good.
I don't disagree with that. So I've got a pot call. It's my son-in-law's grandfather made it. So I've got a custom one of those I'm going to use this year. I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, that's nice. Chris, what do you got?
I use David Halloran pot calls. I just like the way those sound. Then, of course, I'll use a mouth call, but it's situational. If you've got birds close, the last thing you want to be doing is
moving
hands and whatever. So that's when you're making a little bit of, even small noises with a mouth call can get you to where you need to do, but sometimes it's just sitting still. But I like glass calls, and I like the noise they make in the timber I'm at. But you take that same call out west and really
wail on it.
There's no, the sound doesn't travel because it's so open. So I'll use a box call more probably in the west than I would here. Yep. But the old classic boat paddle, just yacht in here. It's all you need.
I exclusively use mouth calls. I just think they're easy.
Yeah.
And then
I think that was a diss at you.
I think it was.
I was looking right at you too when I said it.
I took it that way.
You suck. So you can do this and you can't.
Well, I'm an elk hunter. I came up elk hunting.
Oh yeah,
so
you're
used to a subtle brag.
Yeah, that's also a brag.
So so I know how to bugle with the mouth call, and then like with the turkey calls, it was just an
easy transition, wasn't it?
Yep. So you have homework.
No, I'm
take notes and no, I'm just kidding.
I know.
And then I also use a box call sometimes when I feel like I need the extra oomph, like I need it to travel further. Yeah. Yeah. Especially in Arkansas where I'm like, am I alone in these woods? Are there turkeys here? Did someone lie to me? I feel like that a lot.
They're watching you.
Yeah.
They're watching
more than likely, you think?
Yeah.
Because they're on the trail cams, and then I go down there.
If you got pictures of them, they're there.
Okay.
They don't mean they're talking, though. But they're there.
Yeah. They're probably like, look at this dumb blonde girl down here trying to find us. And they're all in the trees around me is probably what happens. That's my next question. Do you guys roost?
Not here. Not here? You have an idea where they are, just because it's where we deer hunt to, and I've been out earlier in the season. So, I know where birds are, quote unquote. So it's just kind of past practices.
So your land.
I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on, several thousand acres. But as far as where the turkeys are, that never successful every time by any means. But you know what's going on as far as where the creek bottoms and this and that. And okay, they were here 5 days ago. Okay, we'll start here and listen. But I'm hunting with a 13-year-old who wants to do it all by himself this weekend. So
that's exciting.
Let's see what happens. He wants. I'm like, hey, last thing you want to do is discourage a kid that wants to do it by himself. So I don't care if it sounds awful. Go for it.
Yeah.
So we roosted some last year.
Okay.
Saw three roost last year. But the next morning's hunt, after we had a big thunderstorm, didn't have a good setup. We had them, in the timber, like you said, they got close enough. When he gobbled the last time, I felt the gobble. So he was within 20 yards of me, but I couldn't see him for the thickets. So just didn't have myself set up right. But we watched them roost the night before, just the best laid plans of mice and men, right?
Yeah.
So if we had to do it over again, I'll go back and look. We got through hunting. If I'd been 10 yards to this way or 10 yards to my left or 10 to the right, I could have seen him from where I heard him.
If you knew how to mouth call, you would have had a different outcome.
It may have been. Could have been. Yeah. Who knows? But I got him close. I just didn't see him.
Disappointing.
It is disappointing to have him that close and can't shoot him.
No, I'm talking about the fact.
Oh, well.
Oh my gosh.
To each their own, I guess.
No, yeah, I'm planning. I didn't roost last year, but I'm planning on doing it this year. I think it's helpful.
I think I'm going to. I'm going. The Sunday night before it opens on Monday. I think I'm gonna go out Sunday night, see if I can listen and look.
Yeah.
You can also booger it up
If you get aggressive, you can. You get aggressive.
I'm don't just, call at them. I wouldn't.
No, I'm just gonna go out there and just listen. And
go
just see if I see them and
sunset walk.
Yeah, don't call. Just slip around and look.
The guys that drive the roads and do this.
Yeah.
No, I don't get all that.
I don't get that. And they're not elk, they're birds.
That's right. But I'd like to, if I can see some and get a general idea where they're at the night before, I like my chances the next morning.
Are you hunting out of the truck again this year? Or?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not this year.
We're going to say no on that.
No,
it's a mobile blind.
Yeah. Well, no one asked me, but I'm shooting Premier Magnum this year.
You're shooting lead.
I don't have a TSS choke.
They sell those
we know
pretty much anywhere.
Oh, do you know somebody?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, not sponsored, clearly.
Yeah, but there's people who sell those, and they're not hard to get a hold of.
Yeah.
We have a Pro Bass here, too.
Huh.
Yeah, right down the road, they got TSS choke tubes.
Yeah. Well, Premier Magnum still, it does go
for me. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It works
patterns
good.
in my gun well. And
when you think about turkey loads, we load so many nitro turkeys.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's by far what we load the most of.
And there's been more turkeys killed with that than
anything else, right? I mean, that's the core lock of turkey loads.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? So it just works good, and we sell a bunch of them. Walmart distributes them like just all over the whole country. So every Walmart just dang near got them in it, and we sell a bunch of them, and they work. They just work.
I would say that we're most known for nitro turkey. Actually,
I would say
shows,
so.
Some people don't even know that we load TSS.
No, don't know about TSS, but they know we load nitro turkey.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it's also a really good price, and it works good.
Yeah.
It's no nonsense. Good shot show. I mean, it works well.
Yeah. I'm using the Premier Magnum. It's copper locked. And actually, I was wondering
what shot size?
6s.
6s. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was wondering what you guys thought if I should use. I have that Mossberg, that camo Mossberg that you've seen that I took duck hunting one year.
Yeah, duck hunting with a turkey gun.
Yeah, it was definitely a turkey gun. It's a short. Don't even look at me like that. And you just have to use what you have sometimes, guys.
I got you.
Okay.
I didn't even say.
And what's your other choice?
My other choice, thank you, is a Remington 870 that I bought a couple years ago. It's not camo. My Mossberg's camo. Does it matter?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I tell you what, I would shoot the one I shoot the best.
Oh. Yeah, I'm probably going to take my 870.
Like a philosopher over here.
A philosophizer. Yeah. But what you're most comfortable with. And this is the only time you ever aim a shotgun. Yeah. You don't aim a shotgun any other time, any other hunting. This is the only time you aim it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I don't have like a scope or any kind of optical on my shotgun. I know some people do that.
Sure they do.
But I also use my 870 for duck hunting.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm probably gonna
put your good choke. Put your choke tube in there and let it ride.
I'm very excited. I smacked a mallard this year with it, and I feel like it's got good juju.
So maybe that's what you take the juju into the turkey woods.
It's got good juju.
Yeah, we're not superstitious at all around here, are we?
Look, all hunters are superstitious.
A little
if you say no, you're lying.
A little bit. There's things you like to do a certain way, and it feels like it makes it right.
Yeah, I mean, do you have a favorite duck call?
Oh, of course. Of course I do.
Do you feel naked without your favorite duck call?
Chris don't change his socks through deer season. So that's
I
his.
was just going to say camo. Everybody thinks camo, it's a mental thing.
Yeah, well,
animals don't care.
I like bottomland.
So that's a superstition.
That's what I'm going to be wearing. That's all I have, really, but that's what I'm going to be wearing.
Great pattern for this part of the world.
Yeah, it works perfect here.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, so I'm going to take my 870 and I'm going to smack my first Arkansas turkey this year.
So where are you hunting at here?
Are you hunting on the youth hunt?
Yes.
Come on.
That's it.
There you go.
We can make it work.
No, I'm not hunting on the youth hunt.
Are you hunting right here close? You said you're hunting the hills?
No, I'm hunting down south.
Okay, south.
Down in like Camden, Chittister area.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Chittister?
Yes.
Yes, very nice. I've been taught.
See, a Texan can speak Arkansan.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
Texan.
Texarkana.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Hey, we all got to be from somewhere.
Yeah. Even Texas.
But yeah, I'm trying to make the time to go up to Clinton so I can hunt.
Why aren't you going to Texas?
Yeah, no kidding.
I ain't got any land in Texas.
You don't know anybody got property to hunt? That's Texas, good place to turkey hunt now.
I know, shoot. No, I haven't reached out to any connections. I almost went to South Carolina this year.
Oh, yeah, they got a lot of birds there.
Yeah, and so I think that's going to be my next year's adventure because it just ran out of time.
Yeah, that happens.
Are you guys going anywhere other than Arkansas? Well, you probably are.
Kansas. we were going to do the youth hunt in Kansas this weekend, and that fell through with plans, so we'll push that back. But I'm just trying to push kids, or not push isn't the right word.
Cultivate the love of hunting.
He's guiding.
So if I
basically.
shoot one, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's because I'm just trying to, hopefully y'all can be successful. So they're chomping at the bit to do it. So so let's roll. So
it'd be fun.
I'll hunt during the week, and once our season starts, and which is April the 21st.
21st,
yeah. 21st, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's usually a few people absent in the plant on opener day.
I'm gonna be one.
Me too.
Napping again. You got your tree picked out?
I've got 4 trees picked out.
So Arkansas and Kansas probably for me just this year. Probably not making a big loop.
Yeah.
Do you usually?
It depends.
Okay.
I mean, I've been fortunate to do the slam and done all, killed several Merriams and yay me. But like I said, with kids and trying to get them to be successful.
You're past your bloodthirsty years.
I still love shoot turkeys. No, don't get me wrong.
It's still fun, right?
Absolutely. So, that's still my favorite thing. Wild game, turkeys.
Yeah.
Best thing ever.
That's your best thing?
Fried turkey. Love it. Yep.
I like rabbit. It's my favorite.
Rabbit.
Yeah. My favorite wild game.
I got you.
Ronnie, where are you going this year? Just Arkansas? You going up to Missouri?
Arkansas? Nah, I ain't got a phone call. So if I do, I'll go.
Yeah.
Does marketing have anything they need to tell us on this? Are you?
I'm letting it
out of the bag
releasing
on this
right now.
Okay, where are we going?
No. Nothing special. Sorry, guys. If it was special,
I thought there was a big announcement.
I thought we was getting an announcement here too. Like it was going to Nebraska or
and
Kansas
Arizona,
or go to Florida
or the ocellated.
Do they have? Is the Osceola ocellated?
No, it's two different birds.
Two different things. Okay,
that's Central America. Osceola's down by Lake Okeechobee, that part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They don't have them in North Florida. It's all South Florida.
It's only South Florida.
You have Easterns in North Florida, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I want to go down in there with Osceola is.
Yep.
Osceola.
Down in
Let me say
Florida.
it properly.
Fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Watch your step.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Let that be a word of advice for everybody turkey hunting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
We got snakes in Arkansas too.
We got rattlesnakes and a good old cottonmouth.
Sometimes they're a little cold in the morning, so they aren't going to be real vocal until you
Step on one.
put your head down on them.
Put your hand or your foot on them or something.
Give you your willies.
Yeah. Carry your little, 22. Oh, no, you can't. You can't shoot rattlesnakes in Arkansas.
You may want to.
You can't shoot rattlesnakes in Arkansas.
No, you cannot do that.
Don't do it. Gotcha.
You pick it up and
You pick it up.
Pick it up, move it. Yes.
We're giving real good advice.
Don't do that either.
We're giving real good advice on this podcast.
But we do see them, and I just make them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just watch out for them.
Give them room. Yeah.
They're not going to chase you. Just walk around them like you're good.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Anyways, guys, well, good luck this season.
Same to you.
I'm excited. I want to kill my first Eastern in Arkansas.
Yep. I'm excited.
I think we should follow him with one of these cameras and see if he can
spy on
throw
Ronnie.
a mouth call.
I think you should. That sounds like somebody choking out there.
Will Ronnie nap on this turkey hunt? That's the question.
Can we do a live FaceTime podcast in the woods with?
In the woods with Ronnie?
Yeah, in the woods with Ronnie. Yeah,
I
think you should.
His chin.
I think we just found your next profession.
Yeah, well, that being around Easter, I'm going to take, instead of Little Davies, I'm taking Peeps.
Hey, that's a good call.
There you go.
It might, anyways, might be onto something there.
Yep.
There you have it, guys. Remington is on the rise. Like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to share this podcast with your hunting or shooting buddies. If you have any questions for me or Chris or Ronnie here, you can email us at podcast@remington.com. Thanks for listening.